What's going on? I got some shit in the mail. Car parts, always. Today's the day that I fuck up my car. I'm gonna fuck up my alignment by putting on camber bolts that I got for $25 off eBay, and some alignment shims for the rear that I got $10 a piece, so $20. I think those are gonna go in the rear. Camber negative. Why? I don't know. I got nothing else to do. I had $45. I was like, what could I buy for $45? Oh, those camber bolts. Okay, so I'm doing this just for fucks. I also got my windows tinted, so we're going full rice from now on here. You know, eventually I'm gonna get spacers, and hopefully it'll go lower, because you know, this with camber is gonna look fucking stupid. But you know, just for fucks, I really don't care a whole lot. It's negative camber is something I wanted to put on my car for a while. I got some on the 240 in the front. I need some in the back. So let's see how fucked this car gets. Let's get to it. I'm going to do the front first. Just need to jack it up. I don't really know how these things actually work. Kind of read some tutorials, something to do with this tab thing here. Let me show you. If I can get this thing open with one hand, like a pro. Something to do with this tab. I don't know how, magic. And this lobe right here kind of takes the control arm and puts it either forwards or backwards. So these should fit. If not, you know, just gonna end the video right here, because fuck it. Yeah, they said it'd fit, but it's also eBay, so it might not. Let's find out. Alright, so this right here, it says is the bolt that I need to take out and replace with these fuckers. And it should be about the right size. I hope it is. Otherwise, it's a whole waste of nothing. So look at this organization I got going on here. Only because I don't know which fucking socket it is. Oh. That worked. Dang. Alright, not gonna lie, this is a huge pain in the dick to install without instructions. So, I couldn't find anything. I was googling why this tab wouldn't fucking work. You see that little thing right there? That's supposed to fit in the hole, and it wouldn't fit in the hole. And I was really confused because I had it towards the car, which was supposed to give negative camber, and then I got this in and everything was on, but the tab was sitting above it and wouldn't go in. And I didn't realize that, you know, it's because the cam lobe that's supposed to face negative is the only way this thing's going to fit flush in there. It's supposed to be like that. So, I don't know, I struggled with it for like 45 minutes, but I ended up taking them both out, using this, kind of supporting the control arm a little bit, and I put it, and I noticed it was kind of going there, and just fucking hammered that shit in with this. So, it fits now. I got two of them on there. That should be negative 2.75 or 1.75, something like that, some stupid amount. So hopefully I did that right, because I really don't want to redo it. But now I will show you exactly how to do it step by step on the other side, since I just kind of skipped over everything. So let me put this wheel back on, we'll go over the other side, and I will show you how to do that. And then I'm not sure if I'll do the alignment shims today. It'll be the same video, but you know, it's gonna be tomorrow for me, because it's gonna rain. And it's been trying all fucking day, and it's really humid, and I hate everything. So let me just pop this back on, and we'll get back to it. Okay. Okay. So I got the bolts off. New camber bolts are gonna go on. I'm actually gonna use my phone so I can get a closer look on it. because I don't feel like moving this tripod 1,000 times a day. So let me just pull out my camera and I'll show you how these fuckers go on. Okay, camera footage. I was gonna try to use a light, but I guess this picks up light pretty good, so fuck it. Get these fucking holes lined up. It's not lined up. And, oh, got a little better. Still sucks. Here. Perfect. Okay, so this little tab thing right there, see how it's fucking got that melting? It's actually backwards. So I can flip this shit around. One-handed. Alright. Put this fucker in there. Sorry. Hand's gonna be moving around. And probably gonna lose focus a bunch of times because, you know, don't record shit with your phone. So I ain't got another option. Come on. There. So close. Let me just did it. Sorry, zoomed in. Okay, so you see this tab right there? Needs to be facing that way. And that leaves this little fucking tab in there. So you kind of need to apply pressure to it. Kind of rotate without rotating the tab. But rotate the bolt to where it will fit the tab in there. Stroke. Again, this is a lot easier with two hands. So, bear with me. Let me try to figure a way I can put the phone down or something. Does that work? No. 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 Ugh. Almost. Maybe it'll help if I just adjusted it slightly. This thing's rolled away from me. About it. Okay, so I got it in, but it's facing the wrong way. So just kind of gonna take the vice grips and turn it in the tab, same time. It's like 1,000,000 degrees out here with the humidity. Oh, you just love the South. Come on. Now that is fucking on there, put these things on. So like I said, this shit, it's kind of a pain in the ass doing it the first time. And this is my first time ever using camber bolts. I was gonna get some for the Honda, but you know, that shit blew up, so. Tight. Want that shit to move. Nope. Whoa. So that's both sides. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, but you know, same video again. Let's do the fucking alignment shims now in the back. Show you how that's done. It's a bunch of witchcraft. So fuck it, let's get to it. Alright, so it's time to put the rear camber onto the Versa. So I got here, it's called an alignment shim. Essentially what it is it fits in between the rear axle and the wheel hub, and it allows about 1.5 camber max or toe, and some kind of combination of both. And the way this is set up is, I don't know if you can see, as the discs turn, there's 2 separate discs on here, but they go from small to large on each side, so you can rotate it either way to get, you know, you'll have toe more this way or camber up and down. I set it to have max negative camber and no toe, so the thinnest part of both sheets of plastic are up here, and the thickest is down there, so it will have max toe or fucking camber. And then look, it comes with this sheet. They give you this chart, massive fucking thing. This thing right here, it shows you the camber and the toe and which numbers you need to choose. These numbers up there on both sides. I have it set to 22 on both of them. That's the negative camber. And then there's another chart over here that tells you the make and model of each car, and then it tells you the shim number 5A for the Versa, and that is this little pattern thingy right here. And what you do is you lay down the match numbers, which is 22, 22, right at the arrow, and 5A is the full shaded red. So you match up all the little areas with full shaded red, you mark those little tabs, and those tabs you break off, because because this is where the bolts that go into the hub assembly, they'll go through there. So you need to break those off. Or I took a razor blade and just cut in between each one, just kind of pop them off with pliers. That seemed to be the easiest way. You could take some dikes to it, but make sure you cut from the inside out. You don't want to do it all the way through. You gotta keep this outer ring properly done. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up. I already got one on there, and then I will show you how to put this on. So let me just cut this up real quick. I got the wheel off, and on the other side, when I first did this, I took the drum cover off, but I realized that was really fucking pointless because the bolts are just on the back, so I shouldn't have to take this off. I should just be able to unbolt it. So there's 4 on the back. On the Versa, they're all 14s. Some other cars, they were under the drum and, you know, different sizes, so it all varies. And then this is gonna be a bitch to take off because they are torqued to shit. So let me just grab a pry bar. Grab a pry bar because I don't have proper tools. And on the other side, I just kind of jammed it, wedged it in between the shock and the fucking socket wrench, and kind of just did this until it broke free. Which, not totally comfortable with. I wouldn't suggest doing it, just because using your shock as leverage, probably not the best decision. So always bring proper tools if you can help it. But if not, you know, do what you must. Try not to damage your shock though. As much as you out, you should just be able to pry it off, just like that. Alright, let me grab the thing. So, this is what it looks like once you get the bolt pattern broken off. And these bolts will just sit through on the other side, and they'll just space the whole thing out, camber it. That's why, you know, it adds... I've seen some people do this with washers. Basically the same thing. It's going to limit the threads on the actual wheel hub assembly, so it does put more strain on the bolts. That's why you should probably upgrade the bolts, which I'll do later. But make sure you mark which part is the top. That way you get the proper toe and camber, and just kind of wedge it behind the hub assembly and the fucking whatever the hell it is. Just kind of wedge it back there. Let's get everything off. I'll lay it. Wedge it back in. And just push the bolts through. Thread them back on. And then you'll have camber. Or toe. Or whatever alignment issues you're having. Quickly, what it's like with it installed. If I can get the camera back there. I don't know if you can see, but you see the little red disc, maybe? Yeah, you can kind of see. The little red disc just kind of shims back there, and thicker on the bottom for the extra camber. Makes the top portion just kind of pull up on it. So I'm gonna thread these on, and then take it for a drive, make sure that it's not gonna fucking fall off on me. And yeah, you got camber. How awesome is that? Alright, so I just drove it around, and my alignment's all kinds of fucked up. The steering wheel's all crooked and shit, but I mean, it's got camber now in the back. A little bit. Yeah, so much camber. Doesn't matter. I think this wheel somehow, I mean, I can kind of see it by looking directly up and down. It kind of looks like there's a little bit of toe to it. I don't know how that happened. The sheet said there would be no toe, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that it's all torqued down. There wasn't any wobble, or my wheels didn't break off, so don't even worry about it. It's totally legitimate. Definitely need some new bolts though. I'm gonna throw on the alignment rack at some point. Try to get Gabe to do that because I don't work with him anymore, and he's got the alignment rack and I don't. So hopefully I can make sure that there's not, you know, any extra toe that there shouldn't be, and that the camber's set properly, and that the front is set properly. And I have it lifted right now because I'm about to make another video, because just, you know, my only day off, might as well crank down as many videos as I can. Yeah. The front still doesn't really look like there's a lot of camber to it, which kind of upsets me more than it should. Mostly because the back now looks like it has hella camber. So, I don't know, maybe I could try to readjust these bolts. Maybe I put them on wrong. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, that's the eBay parts for camber. You got the alignment shims, you got the camber bolts, and yeah, stay tuned for the next video. I'm actually going to make a lip. So, that's going on the Versa, and this is going to be the dopest Versa on the planet. Stay tuned, subscribe, comment, give me hate for cambering this piece of shit. Alright, see you guys in another video.